In this video, I will go over Week 1 vocabulary words for English 5-6. Before we get started, I want you to notice that these are ACT words. These words that you will see over the course of the semester are words that you will see on the ACT test. The ACT test is a college readiness test that you will take in the spring to show colleges your preparedness for college. These words are words that you will see throughout all 4 sections of the ACT, including English, math, science, and reading. The words will be in the questions, so it's really important that you are really familiar with those words so that as you're reading the questions on the ACT, you know exactly what the question is asking you to do. So make sure that you're paying close attention to how the words work. Also make sure that you're paying close attention to the synonyms and antonyms. Okay, let's get started with week 1. Week 1, analyze, compose, engage, demean, latent. Analyze. Analyze is a verb that means to examine in detail, typically for purposes of explanation and interpretation. Other forms include analysis and analytical. Synonyms include interpret and evaluate. Antonyms include ignore. So when we analyze something, we're looking at it in fine detail. So you might have heard this word before in your English class. Your teacher might have asked you to analyze a character's motivation. That means that you're going to look at all of the details in the text that show us what motivated that character for the purpose of explaining or interpreting that character's motivations. Look at the sample sentence. Monsoon trackers analyze weather patterns to identify conditions that trigger storms. Essentially, those monsoon trackers are looking at all the little details that show us what causes a storm. Analyze. Compose. Compose is a verb that means to write or create or constitute or make up. Other forms include composition. Synonyms belong to, comprise. Antonyms dismantle, demolish. The unappetizing salad pictured above was composed of chili powder and butter lettuce. So you might have been asked to compose an essay or maybe compose a paragraph. That means that you're writing or creating that particular item. Or you might be baking something, and so your recipe will be composed of all of the different ingredients that the recipe calls for. Compose. Engage. Engage is a verb that means to occupy, attract, or involve someone's interest or attention. Also means engaged or in someone, engaged to someone, or causing them to become involved in a conversation or discussion. Or you can become engaged in participating or involved in some sort of activity. Synonyms enlist, appoint. Antonyms shun, dismissed. The host attempted to engage her shy guests in conversation to make them feel welcome. So engage or engagement is when you're interacting or occupying or involving someone or something. So you might be engaged in playing video games until 3 a.m. That means that you're involved or attracted, or that activity is occupying your time. Or you might become engaged to someone, meaning you are essentially involved with them. That engagement ring shows your connection to that person. Engaged. Demean. Demean is a verb that means a severe loss of the dignity or respect of someone or something. So if you, say a really mean thing to someone, you're demeaning them. Okay, you're belittling or degrading them. The synonyms: belittle or degrade. Antonyms: honor or admire. So let's take a look at the sample sentence. The bullies demeaned Timmy by making him tie their shoelaces every day. So when you're essentially being very disrespectful or taking away someone's dignity, you are demeaning them. So the teacher demeaned the student when she told him that he was lazy and didn't do his homework. Demean. Latent. Latent is an adjective. So remember that adjectives are describing words. Adjectives describe nouns and pronouns, okay? So that adjective means existing but not yet developed or obvious, hidden or concealed, okay? So take a look at the synonyms: dormant or underlying. So something that is hidden or not able to be seen, okay? George's fine head of hair will be non-existent in 5 years when his latent balding gene kicks in. Notice that the word latent is describing the gene. What kind of gene? Notice that gene is a noun, okay? And the word latent is describing that noun. So that description telling us what kind, which one, how many, right? That's what an adjective does. So it's that hidden when we can't see something. So during the day, right, the moon essentially becomes latent, right? It becomes hidden or concealed, latent. Okay, so this is what I would like you to create for all of your vocabulary words. I want you to create a flashcard, and on the front, I want you to put the vocabulary words. So you would type the word latent on the front in nice big letters. I would also like you to draw a picture. Those pictures help us remember words. So if you can think of maybe something that's hidden, then in the first corner, the top left corner, I want you to put the part of speech. And the picture could go on the back if you'd rather have it on the back. Front or back is fine with me. Synonym, the words that mean the same, and antonym, the word that means the opposite. Okay, and if you can create those flashcards, when we eventually are able to come back to school, you're going to be able to use those flashcards in different activities that we do here at school. So I highly recommend that you make those flashcards and keep them all together every week for all of the vocabulary words. Please let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, have a great day. This is week 1 vocabulary. Thanks, guys.